Thank you so much. Just like my colleague had said, of course, I'd feel nervous. There's very powerful people on in the room. Firstly, my role at Leap Africa means that I'm responsible to ensure that we put the organization's best foot forward, naturally by extension, the nation's best foot forward in addressing the most pressing challenges, more particularly that young people face. I was opportune that a dear colleague and friend had also gone through the fellowship. So I knew without doubt that there was so much to the fellowship. He always spoke about it. He's here in the room, Haruna Godia. Please a round of applause for him. He always spoke about the fellowship. He learns a lot from it, applying it in our work. I always saw it every day. And faithfully, the application round came up and I did apply. When I got the news that I made it, it was first surreal. I don't dream much, but I actually did dream about that application. I really dream. I maybe dream once in a quarter. It's that rare. For me, it's really important that I went through this process. I do evaluation and research, and it means that almost on a weekly basis, I write. But what comes out of the writing? There should be outcomes, not just outputs. The words, the statistics, the data, something should come out of it. Not only in communicating it, but in getting them to translate into tangible outcomes for the greater good of young people. And don't mind me, I'm a young person, we always have this bias, but for the country at large. One of the key things, or two key things that I learned during the course of this fellowship was political economic analysis and the concept of trade-off as it applies to the nation and the policy decisions that are made. Mr. Waziri will have so many conversations. Sometimes he will call me, talking because he was my mentor. He'll call me, we'll speak for hours, and at least an hour. Anytime we talk, it's at least an hour. I'm taking notes. I'm closing my eyes and opening it and trying to imagine what he's saying because it's just so sound. But faithfully, I made it. I was a bit anxious because when it was announced that he was my mentor, he's on our board at Leap Africa. He's a distinguished board member, a director. So I was saying, hope I'll not fail him. Hope I'll not fail. And sure that we don't know what we're doing, but gratefully he was very patient. He understood also where I was coming from, but he also made me understand certain things that while I'm very passionate about things, we should always face the reality of things. How do we make it work? And for example, my note was on rewiring Nigeria's industrial policy for employment. And in my piece, I highlighted young people, and he had a comment on it. He said, youth. He just smiled. It was very clear that this is biased for young people, but it's not just young people that face unemployment as an issue, and it's not just young people that should benefit from the profits of reforms and profits of policy reviews and deliberations and policy writing. So this is a very, very timely one. I do hope that more and more young people will truly go through this process because it has changed me and my life, and by extension, the lives of those that I'm honored to support in my work every day. Thank you so much. Mr. Waziri, thank you, and thank you to Agora Policy, and thank you to everyone that supports this endeavor. Thank you, everyone.